Okay, well, welcome to our first little lesson on verbs. This may get a little confusing, but as I said, you want to use this as a learning experience kind of in place of our lecture in class, and you're going to come to class with any questions you have. So if I were you, I would have gone to the School Fusion website and printed out these notes, and I would have made some lists about what it is that you are confused about so you can come to class prepared for that. So we are going to talk about verbs. And you might say, oh, I know verbs. Well, there are 3 different types of verbs that you need to know about. And so what we need to learn about are action verbs, linking verbs, and helping verbs. Now, action verbs, most of us understand. They show the action in the sentence, and they can be past, present, or future. So some examples are, I went to the store, and went is the action verb, and it is past tense because it already happened. She talks a lot in class. Talks would be the action verb, and that would be present tense because that means it's happening now. And then the last one, the group will go to the movies. The action verb is will go, and that would be future tense. The group has not gone yet. It's future. So they are going to be future tense. Will go is your entire verb there. So take a minute and find the action verbs in the following sentences. Let's look at the first one. The man yelled and screamed at the football game. If you need to, hit pause, and you can think about which one is the action verb. There are 2. The action verbs in this sentence are yelled and screamed, and in this case, both of them are past. Let's look at the second. Many papers lay all over Miss Grover's desk. Where is the action verb in that sentence? It should be lay. You can eliminate that because we already know the nouns papers and desk. We know Miss Grover's is a possessive noun, and we know that many is an adjective. So you really should be able to figure out by process of elimination which one is the verb. Okay, let's look at the third one. All of my teachers assigned too much homework tonight. Where is the action verb? The action verb is assigned. It is past tense. They already did it. This might be the time where you hit pause and you maybe put some of these in your own words and come to class if you have any questions about action verbs. Okay, let's go to linking verbs now. Linking verbs connect subjects or nouns to other parts of the sentence, and they're usually adjectives or nouns. Be careful though, because a lot of these linking verbs can also be when we talk about helping verbs. And so a lot of these just connect. You can't get up and am. You just can't. But these are linking verbs. Am, is, are, was, were, has, have, had. This is not the whole list, but these are the most popular ones. And what they do, as I said, is they connect nouns, usually to adjectives. So let's take a look at our examples. I am tired today. So we know I is a pronoun, tired is an adjective. We don't quite know today, but we can't get up in today. Am is our linking verb. Am is linking our pronoun to our adjective. Okay? Let's look at the second one. Josh was the quarterback for the football team. Was, in this case, is the linking verb. You're connecting Josh, the subject, to another noun in this sentence, the quarterback. Okay? We don't have to worry about for the football team in this case. So was and am are our linking verbs. Now let's take a look at the examples. Find the linking verbs in the following sentences. The first one, some of my students are hilarious. Are is the linking verb. You're connecting students to hilarious. It's describing. Let's look at the second one. I had an amazing time last night. The linking verb is had, and you're connecting the subject I with time. What kind of a time you had. And so had is connecting them. As I said, you can't get up and had, but it's the connection, it's the link from the subject to the noun. And let's look at the third one. Stephen was in class on Tuesday. We can determine that Stephen is a noun, Tuesday is a noun, class is a noun. Was is our linking verb. We're describing where Stephen was. It's a location. So we're going from Stephen to class. We're using the word was as our linking verb. Okay, let's continue and talk about helping verbs. Now, if you get confused on helping verbs, join the club because this is where most people get confused. Let's take a look. Helping verbs are part of a verb phrase. Okay, they're helpers. Think like Finding Nemo. They're just helpers helping along. And verb phrases are two or more words that function as one verb. You'll get the hang of it in a second. Usually they're linking verbs with an action verb next to it. Now remember, we said linking verbs connect adjectives and nouns to our subject. Helping verbs have a verb next to them. Okay, so a lot of the same verbs from linking verbs are also helping verbs, with the exception that there is an action verb nearby, and they're working together to function as one verb. Be careful though, because sometimes they can be separated. So take a look at the example. I am not planning to stay after school. Am is the helping verb because planning is the major verb. Okay, so am planning. It kind of functions as one verb. Okay, but in this case, not is separating them. So they're not right next to each other, but they're close. So let's take examples. I am going to the store. If you notice, am is the helping verb, okay, and going is the main verb. This is weird because am is really a linking verb, but it's only a linking verb if we have an adjective after it. But we don't have an adjective, we have a verb. So this is a helping verb, and this is an action verb, okay? Am can be a linking verb and a helping verb depending on your context, so you have to look to see how it's functioning. Let's look at the second example. My family has attended the festival every year. Okay, has is your helping verb, attended is your main verb. Okay, and it's functioning as one verb phrase, has attended. Okay, so has can also be a linking verb. It can also be an action verb too, but in this case it's just the helper helping along the major one, attended. Because really the sentence could function without this word. My family attended the festival every year. You could say that, but in this case we have has attended. So has is a helping verb, attended is the main verb. If you don't get it, it's fine. A lot of our practice will solidify it, and our classwork will solidify it as well. So find the helping verbs and action verbs in the following sentences. You may want to pause this and after I read each one and try to figure it out before I give you the answer. So let's look. John has scheduled a meeting with our boss. Find the helping verb and the action verb. The helping verb is has. The action verb is scheduled. A little bit of a hint. If you can find your action verb first and look in front of it, chances are you'll find a helping verb. Let's look at the second one. My mom said I can go to the movies tonight. Find the action verb and then find the helping verb. In this case, our action verb is go and our helping verb is can. Can go. It functions together as a verb phrase. Last one. She is studying the life of Wilma Rudolph for her project. Find the action verb and then see if you can find the helping verb. The action verb in this case is studying, and the helping verb is. Now keep in mind I did say that sometimes they can be split, so don't be surprised. Okay, and the other thing that you want to keep in mind is helping verbs. Sometimes you can have 2 or 3 in a row, but we'll talk about that in class. So we have 3 different types of verbs that we need to learn about. We have action verbs. These are the easy ones that most of us have already learned. And then we have linking verbs. They link subjects to adjectives or subjects to nouns, and these are a lot of the common ones. And then we have helping verbs. A lot of them are the same as our linking verbs, but instead of having an adjective, we have an action verb. Okay, so this is a little bit of our tutorial on verbs. What you're going to do next after I finish is you're going to hit next, and you're going to continue with your practice. Be sure that you come to class with lots of questions so that I know how to help. Good luck!